So when I started my journey in 2001, I knew nothing about real estate. I was learning a specific strategy, installment contracts. But in Australia and back in the United Kingdom, people in, let's call them property investors, they knew nothing. They could be as incompetent as you'd imagine. They didn't have to know anything about anything. They could go on TV programs and ignore the advice of the TV expert and still made lots and lots of money. The property market was booming. And this all came undone around 2008 when they didn't realize, because they thought the property market could only ever go up, never go down. That was the thinking. But they were so highly leveraged, they had made no planning. They didn't calibrate anything except for a rising market. Now, where are you today? The market's stagnant. It's not like it was. Are you still highly leveraged? Have you been anticipating that the market can fall? How can I make money in a down market when I don't know how far it will fall? Rick, take it over, please.
How can you make money in a down market when you don't know how far it's going to fall? It's an interesting question because it takes me back to 1989 when Dallas house prices dropped 70, then 80, then 90%. It's not how do you profit or how do you get into a down market when you don't know how it's going to fall. It's how you get into it. Some of us, we jump into a swimming pool in the deep end. Some of us get into a swimming pool one step at a time. You'll notice that new people who haven't experienced water will get into the swimming pool one step at a time. You can watch them go down the steps. Someone who's been into a swimming pool many, many times and feels comfortable in it just dives straight into the deep end. So how do you make money into a falling market is just restructuring how you get into this falling market. A few no-nos. When we get into a falling market, which we're experiencing now, we don't want to incur personal debt and personal liabilities for which we're liable for. Let me give you an example. I had someone call me the other day from Ireland, and they wanted me to get into buy some property from them. And they wanted me to go and get a bank loan for which I'd be liable with my debt instruments to take them out of a problem that they've established in a falling market. I said, sir, I'm here to solve your problem. I'm not here to transfer your problem from you to me. Here's what I can do. I can redesign the structure of this in such a way that I'm not going to be affected by the falling market. If you want to get, if you're going to get into a falling market and you are going to somehow use your own money, your own debt, you want to get in and out fast. So what you want to do is if you're going to get in here, you want to know where the exit is. We never walk into the movie theater and take a seat if we don't know where that exit sign is. So whenever we're going to go into a transaction, if you're going to be liable for the debt or you're using your folding money or your resources, you want to know where that exit is before you get in. So quite often what I'll do is I'll have an exit to get out of this contract before I get in. So if I'm getting into a piece of property and I'm using my resources, I already have a committed contract to someone taking me out at a fixed price before I get into it. Because regardless of where the market goes, I always have my exit covered. Therefore, I'm covered in a falling market. What I can also do is I'll pick up payments on other people's properties for people who no longer want to make them. Remember, anybody can make anybody else's payments on any property. It's a little bit like a telephone bill. Anybody can make anybody's payment on anybody else's phone bill. All I have to do is structure this transaction in such a way that I make a profit for it without being hindered by owning the liability of it. When we create debt, the only person who's liable for that debt is the person who originated that debt. Everybody else becomes a servicing agent for the debt. Let me repeat this. The only person who's liable for the debt is the person who originated the debt. Everybody who makes payments on that debt is just a servicing agent. This is very important. If I'm going to pick up a property, I'm going to not want to use my resources or my cash or my personal debt instrument into a falling market, unless I know where I'm getting out and I have a contract getting out. Just get the concept. And the concept is this. All you have to do is, if you have a property over here, you have to just design a wheel where someone over here sees more value in it than what you see. If this person here sees more value in it than what you've got here, this will move across the table very quickly and make you a profit in either a rising market or a falling market.